Have you ever asked yourself, how do I need to brand myself for the greatest impact? What's my niche? What do I need to say on my Instagram and on my website? What do I do? Who do I serve? So it's got the greatest capacity to attract the clients that I desire? Well, I'm here to tell you, you are asking yourself wrong questions, my dear. But if you do want to brand your gift in a way that indeed it attracts an avalanche of your ideal clients, you've got to start yourself asking the new questions, and I'm going to give you those today. Just in case we don't know each other, hi, my name is Lenka Lutonska. I'm a creator of Business Energetics, a global movement which activates thousands upon thousands of creators, entrepreneurs, spiritual leaders and visionaries to create limitless income and impact with the power of their soul and divinity and heart first, rather than persuasion, how do I do it, over-efforting and so forth. That old paradigm is crumbling, new one is being built and anchored through you. So warm welcome. And let me quickly share with you a story from one of the Business Energetics Academy clients, Alice. When she stepped into Academy initially, she was at the level when she was making approximately 1,000 euros per month by providing a coaching to her clients. And she was at that level for a while, for a good few years. And of course, she was like many powerful change makers and coaches and mentors, and was asking herself, what do I need to do and how do I need to brand myself to attract more of a clients, to be of a higher purpose, to create more impact, income, and so forth. Anyway, once she stepped into the Business Energetics Academy, one of the first things she did was going through a proprietary process, which allows you to align your offerings, brand, and everything in between with your soul. In other words, to make sure that your brand and the suite of offerings and so forth is exactly what it needs to be to do its magic. She went immediately from 1K month to 5K months just by aligning her brand, just by aligning her message and therefore what she was selling. Just like that, within the first month. Later on, she went on growing her business so much that she could command easily multiple six-figure months in terms of sales revenues. But the first thing that made a huge difference was absolutely aligning her brand with her soul. And that is what we're going to talk about today, because that's what needs to happen for you. So you do not need to ask yourself the question, how do I brand myself to attract more clients? No, we don't want to ask ourselves those questions. So what I'm going to give you today is 8 energetic branding codes, or if you like, the 8 principles of energetic branding, so that whether you are really quote unquote looking for that niche or really upgrading or realigning your brand, you will find these principles very, very useful. I'll offer you some questions that will get your creative consciousness going, which will put you in touch with that who you truly are, which your brand is meant to be, the brand that truly has potential to create limitless impact and bring you limitless income, sense of freedom, and so forth. Okay, so let's do it. So energetic branding code number 1, your branding is not just about aesthetics. Your brand is your essence. You see, I started with this, asking yourself, how do I brand myself? Who is my target market? What the message I need to focus on? I am XYZ and I do XYZ, by XYZ or without XYZ. Blah. I want to say blah because that is leading us into this creating brand to persuade or to even attract. That's not what branding is meant to be about. That was never meant to be about that. Your branding is essentially capturing your essence. That's what branding is. So think about this. Just think about what becomes possible when you stop thinking of branding as branding message and aesthetics and logo, and think about branding as making your business, including aesthetics and so forth, complete extension of your highest self. And I'll stop here because we'll talk about it more in the future codes, but even this question alone can unlock something magical for you. And before we continue, I would love to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of today's video, and that is Business Energetics Academy. Because honestly, what else would it be? Because it's Business Energetics Academy where business beyond logic, where wild wealth beyond limits, where limitless success beyond strategy, and where fulfillment beyond measure don't just become possible, they become inevitable. And so if you're watching this and thinking, hey, I want to grow my business from this place and I want to be a co-architect of this new global paradigm in the world, well, you're already being called into the field of Business Energetics Academy. The link is below this video and you will know if it's for you. And for now, let's continue with the magic, shall we? Energetic branding code number 2, create from vision, not persuasion. You see, making your brand and branding message and all that you do a true extension of your highest self requires you to unstick yourself from what I call reactive consciousness and go fully into your creative consciousness. And that often requires a little bit of bravery because we're so used to think about what do I need to do to attract more clients? What do I need to do to sell more? What do I need to do to grow my revenues? And that is sending us to our thinking capacity, and that is sending us to think about what actually works in the marketplace. And what I'm here to invite you today is to unstick yourself from all of that and go into the wisdom of your heart. In other words, how would I love to make a difference? If I knew that it will absolutely work out and its success is guaranteed, no matter what I do, no matter how I brand myself, no matter what I say I am, how would I love to make a difference? How would I love my brand to be? With these questions, you will start tapping into what is called creative consciousness. You'll go into depths of your creativity, or if you like, magician consciousness. And it's only from here that you can tap into your authentic essence, who the heck you actually are. And when you start creating brand around that, that's a whole different game. That is how you can create limitless income and impact, not by mimicking or thinking from the place of persuasion or I want to attract more, I want to sell more, etc., etc. So tell yourself today that you are here to brand from your highest truth, not persuasion. And you are here to brand from vision, not persuasion. Okay? Energetic branding code number 3. Your brand is not meant to reflect your current self, but rather your future self. You see, when you brand on your current level of clarity and success and who you are, you're actually going to past, because who you are today is manifestation of your past identity. To give your brand, your work, to make the limitless income and to grow into what it's meant to grow, you've got to tap into the highest, or if you like, the future version of self, and take that energy and embody it into now, brand it into now. So I'll give you an example. So my brand, Business Energetics, I know in the depths of my heart that it will be 100 million brand, that it will be 100 million movement, because that's collectively momentum we're creating and a new paradigm that we're building. Physically, we're not there yet. Now, I'm not shouting around the world that I created 100 million business, because physically it's not true. So I cannot authentically embody it yet, and it would be a lie. Having said that, I can absolutely authentically embody that version of me that already runs that business and take out of that all that I need to take out of it, take out of that the information, as in what is this brand, what difference does it do, who does it serve, what difference did it make in the world, what changed in the world because of this brand. And that is how I actually created a brand, Business Energetics and Business Energetics Academy, from that future version of self. And again, all it took was going inside of me and ask myself what I would love to create, because I saw how the current paradigm, building business based on logic, over-efforting, relying on action and proving ourselves and so forth, it creates a lot of stress, lots of sickness, lots of feast and famine, lots of lack, lots of unhappiness. And that paradigm needs to go. There is a new paradigm of business, and that is business energetics. So I created it from that future self. Similarly, let's say you have an entrepreneur who would love, if you go into your creative consciousness, who would love helping other entrepreneurs to find clarity in what they want to do or to grow their businesses. But let's say you never reach your, 10K month. So branding yourself from your future self is not about, oh, I'm somebody who can help you make your 10K months. That's probably just that reactive consciousness. But rather, you will go to that highest expression of you, to that claimed self. You will connect with that version of you who has what you desire, who is doing what you desire to do, and who is being who you desire to be. And you speak, essentially you connect with that version of you, and what difference does this version of me make? What's the brand here? How the business works? And you take as much energy from here and let that energy translate through your choices now, through who you are now. That brings such a different energy into your brand and into everything that you're doing, into all aspects of your business, that is unbelievable. You see, so please stop branding yourself based on who you are today. That's old. And start asking yourself, what would my brand and business be like if I allow myself to embody my highest, or if you like, future version of self? That's where gold lies. Energetic branding code number 4, purpose is remembered through action. Now, you might be one of those powerful women or men who are going in a circle asking yourself, but what's my purpose? What am I actually meant to do? And I'm here to say, please do not look for your purpose. What is my purpose? Don't try to find your purpose or find that perfect message, because when you're doing it, you're going from within yourself out externally. You become a victim of something external. No, that's not what you want to do. Let your purpose find you, and it will find you if you move, if you work with the clarity you have, no matter how small or inconvenient, and if you take that action. More of your purpose, more of your brand, more of who you are, more of your authentic self, more of your limitless self will be revealed through taking that action. So, no, we're not getting stuck by finding what is my purpose, what is my brand meant to be, and going in a circle for weeks and weeks and months. No, there's something you know, so take that action and keep taking that action, keep moving forward, and through that, your purpose will be revealed to you. And hey, you don't need to know your brand or purpose in all entirety, in its wholeness. It took me literally a decade for me to know what business energetics is truly meant to be, and indeed that it's being called business energetics. But I had snippets of it from week 1 in this business. A decade ago, all I knew is, create a business that merges spirituality and strategy. And there's this one program that I knew I had to run, which was something like Spiritual Business Mastermind. So that's all I knew. I didn't know nothing else. I could not perceive the wholeness and the bigness of what business energetics was going to become. So I took what I had and I created millions upon millions upon millions in impact and income before the business energetics as a phrase, as a brand, was even a thing. So I'm here to tell you and remind you again, please, again, do not look for your purpose. Take what you have. Take action, and it's through that action that your purpose and your brand in its fullness will be revealed to you. which brings me to energetic branding code number 5, and that is that I don't know is a decision, not a fact. It's an assumption. And the reason why I'm saying that is because when you brand yourself or rebranding yourself for greatest alignment and impact, you will need to make a good few decisions. Do I serve this client or that client, and so forth. There's a lot of decision making in a branding process and beyond. And oftentimes I hear from powerful entrepreneurs, well, I don't know, I really don't know, I really don't know. Now, I'm here to tell you that you always know, but that knowing can be tiny, small, inconvenient, but that knowing is there. Really, challenge yourself a little bit and ask yourself, what if that I don't know is a lie? What if I do know something? Because you do know something. So act on that or embody that, then you'll know more. And if you truly don't know, then you tell yourself, I'm not meant to know. You will do yourself a huge favor by doing that rather than, I don't know how to brand myself. I don't know if I should do this or that. That is mega not helpful, and I don't know does not belong into thinking and vocabulary of limitless creators, change makers, millionaires, and legacy leaders. Okay? And then let's assume you already then know something. You know that perhaps you could serve either this type of client or this type of client, or even this type of client, but you're not sure which one. So I'm here to tell you, and this is the branding code number 6, and that is that there are no right or wrong choices or paths. There are only opportunities. There are only doors to walk with, and all the doors will ultimately lead to the same outcome. I hear this so often. I'm not sure. Should I serve moms that are at home, or should I serve entrepreneurs that are already 2 years in a business? Or should I do this or should I do that when it comes to branding? You know what? It doesn't actually matter. This is not right or wrong. We're so programmed to think it's right or wrong, and then I'll miss something if I make a wrong choice. No, it's a door and a door. Walk through any of these doors so that you can get that higher level awareness, so you can be guided. If you're just going to stand there in a confusion, I don't know, I've got 3 choices and I'm scared to take the wrong one, then nothing is going to happen. So there are no right or wrong choices. There are only opportunities. And at this point, I really also need to share the energetic branding code number 7, and that is this one. Your higher self never, ever lies to you. It just needs a more of your embodiment. What do I mean by it? This is another classical story when it comes to branding or rebranding, where someone says, well, I thought my brand was supposed to be about helping women to get over divorce, or it was meant to be publishing books. I thought that was what it was meant to be. I had that clarity. I knew it. But I took action on it. I started to bring these programs or hire the spaces, putting money into it, putting time into it. And 2 days down the line, nothing happened. 5 days down the line, nothing happened. A month down the line, nothing much happened. So probably I was wrong. Probably that was not meant to be my brand. I meant to do something different. And here I am to call BS on that too. Because if that knowing, if that clarity was coming from truly your higher self, then no, your higher self was not lying to you. When you have that true sense of clarity and heart expansion, it is what it's meant to be. But sometimes it doesn't happen in a time frame or in a way that you would like. Perhaps there are a few new awarenesses or pieces or gifts that you've got to pick up along the way before you can create that momentum. Maybe you didn't create that momentum in the business, not because of you've branded yourself in a wrong way, but maybe because you haven't yet learned how to sell powerfully, or you're not initiating enough. Maybe you're rejecting some masculine energy, and so forth and so forth. So I'm here to tell you, when you have a clarity, trust it and stay with it and look for the next level of awareness, not, oh, I must have been wrong. This is how just too many of powerful change makers and entrepreneurs are going in a circle for months and months when it comes to their niche. Talking of which, when it comes to niche, here's the thing. You are being chosen by resonance, not demographics. So similarly, choose your clients by resonance, not demographics. It's easy to think that we've got to somehow logically put that marketing avatar together. I mean, it's being taught everywhere. Who are they? How old are they? Are they married? What's their level of income? Blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing. Your energy travels well beyond the demographics. And how the buying process really works is that your clients invest into you or buy from you based on resonance with your frequency, not what you actually sell, or not because they are whatever demographics you decided they are meant to be, or that you are a certain demographic that they were looking for. It doesn't work like that. When it comes to niche, you are always chosen based on resonance, so choose your client based on resonance too. Now, the deeper truth is you always serve some version of yourself. No matter what you sell, whether it's products, whether it's service, you will always serve some version of self. Doesn't necessarily have to be past version of self, it can be any version of self, but it will be a version of you. So your job really is to be the most authentic you can be. And think about this. What if then I started to market to myself? What if I started to create the brand and even marketing or selling approach that I would deeply love, or products or services that I would deeply appreciate? Try it. Again, it takes you from that reactive consciousness into creative consciousness, and it takes you beyond that rule written on a paper by someone from the old paradigm that you've got to have your demographic clearly defined. That knowing will come anyway. If, let's say, you're selling a lipstick, sure, you probably are not going to target it to 60-year-old men, but on a whole, people will always choose your product and service based on frequency and resonance with your energy. They'll just remember who they are in your presence. They're not going to choose based on, are they falling into the right demographics, or are you the right demographics for them? So with this, I have just a little mantra you may want to remind yourself, and that is that when I express myself authentically, my people will remember me. And this is where I will leave these energetic branding codes or principles, guiding principles that will guide you to brand yourself in a way that has got truly potential to create limitless income, limitless impact, and all that you desire to do through your work. And I will love to hear from you. Which particular code out of this wants to be deepened in you more? Which of these will you contemplate on more, and how will you, because of that, shift or realign your branding? Let me know in the comments below, and I, my dear one, will see you next time.